This is an interview with my friend Diana. She's Polish, and Polish cuisine is usually rich in meat, pork, chicken, not a lot of beef, also a lot of vegetables, spices, mushrooms, herbs, a little bit of pasta, um, like butter, cream, eggs.
Jen, what is your culture?
I am Polish.
Question 2, do you eat foods that are indigenous to your culture? Why or why not?
Yes, I do. I like to eat food from my culture because it brings me back to like my childhood and things like this. So, things that my mother would make for me back in Poland, and just lots of memories of family, and it's just the stuff that you grow up eating. It is just kind of, that is how you develop your palate.
What are some of the foods that remind you of home? Like,
Kolaczki for one, because those are cookies, and we make those for every Christmas. So yes, I love those. And then also things like pierogies, stuff like that.
Okay. I've had a few kolaczkis in my day,
You
but
have?
I don't know if they were as authentic as what you've made, what you've had.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, do you have any eating habits or rituals that are specific to your culture?
Yes, so it is custom to, when you eat, especially as a guest, that you don't leave like all of the food, or you don't eat all of the food, I'm sorry, served to you, because it just seems like greedy.
Right.
A little bit.
Right.
That is how it kind of comes across.
Wonderful. Define and describe the most important or most celebrated holiday of your culture.
I would probably say Christmas Eve, because we have 12-course meal that we have every Christmas Eve. Yes, and we do that because it represents the 12 apostles.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
Yes.
I did not know that. What is considered most disrespectful in your food culture?
Maybe to start eating before everybody's served.
Okay.
I feel like, but I feel like that is also kind of a thing here. But I feel like maybe not as much.
Right. Yeah.
It's like it's a very big thing there. Like you don't do that, but here I feel like it is not, especially depend on the environment. It's not as big of a deal.
Yeah, and you said that thing earlier about like
leaving a little bit of food.
Yes.
Yes. That also, yes. Again, with that, it's just you don't want to come off as greedy or rude, selfish, things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then what is considered the most respectful in your food culture?
Most respectful. I would say to make sure that just proper etiquette when you're at the table, things like your hands, they shouldn't be like in your lap or anything. Like you want to have your hands like on the table. Using fork and knife, and waiting for everyone to be served, trying all the food, just using your napkin, don't be sloppy. You bring the fork to your mouth and hands on table, and just things like that.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty similar, in America. You've been living in America for a little while.
Yes, about 5 years now. Yes.
Yeah. Yep. And while we're on that topic, I want to ask, what is something that we do in America that you would say like would be weird, or like something that you wouldn't do in Poland?
I would say I feel like it is a little bit of stereotype for Americans, but I would say things like fast food. It's much more accessible here than it is in Poland, and it's much more common to eat more fast food than it is there. In America, it feels like, you know, everywhere you go, there's fast food.
Right. And then would you say that, you know, with that being said, have your eating habits changed since moving to America, or do you feel like, you know, relatively the same, or?
I would say they have changed. Just, yeah, like I eat a lot more, like I eat a lot of fast food now because it's cheap, and it's quick, and especially, you know, being a student, it's, you know, I don't know, I feel like it's just so easy. And yeah, so I would say I eat a lot more of that. And also things like with my friends, it's like my friends, a lot of what we do, like when we hang out, it revolves around like getting food and stuff. So like that's also a lot of the time when I eat fast food, when I'm like with my friends and things.
All right, well, thank you. Is there anything you would like others to know, or anything you would like to share that we haven't included here about you and your food culture?
I don't think so. Just that, I mean, yes, we have great food. But there's also America is really cool because, you know, it's kind of so many cultures thrown together. So I get to try a lot of things that like back home I would not really have the ability to try. Like things like Mexican food or things like that is not really a thing there. So it's cool to be here and have, you know, access to like food from all over the place that is like authentic and good, because everybody from all over the place is here.
All right, wonderful. Thank you so much for your time.
Of course.